Now in this 644, question number 66 to 70. Now these 5 are based on distribution, isn't it? Now how many persons are there? There are some 6 friends. Rahul, Kabir, Anup, Raghu, Amit and Alok were engineering graduates, and all 6 of them were placed in different companies and were posted in different locations. Yes, what are the parameters given in this one? One is the company they are working in, posted in, and next one, and their email IDs as well, and different companies, different places, isn't it? Company, one is place and another one is the email ID as well. Hence, so how many parameters do we have? We have some 3 parameters. Hence, it comes under 3 parameter distribution. Whenever it comes under more than 1 parameter, now we need to draw the diagram, isn't it? What is the diagram here? First, we need to fix the person. So, all the fixed persons here, Rahul, isn't it? Rahul, and next, Kabir, Rahul, Kabir, Anup, Anup, and next one, Raghu, and after this Raghu, Amit and Alok. Amit and Alok, and these are the 6 persons, and these 6 persons were placed in different companies and different places, and the email ID as well. Done? Then condition number 1, where 6 different companies and were posted in 6 different locations, namely Tisco, Jamshedpur, Nausir. The company and the place is clearly given. These 2 will always go together. Tisco is in Jamshedpur and Telco is in Pune, Wipro Bangalore, HCL Noida, and this Mecon in Ranchi and Usha Martin in Kolkata. And each of them have their professional personal email IDs with their different email providers. And the one having email account with SancharNet. Now condition number 1, the one who is having email account with SancharNet works in Noida. Noida means, tell me what is the company here? Noida. Noida is HCL. That means SancharNet. Now this SancharNet is HCL and the place is Noida. And next one. And the one having an email account with India Times works with India Times. Now this India Times works with what? Tisco. And this Tisco is in which state? Now this was in Jamshedpur, isn't it? Now Tisco, and it was in Jamshedpur. And next one. India Times works for Tisco. Amit does not stay in Bangalore. That means Amit does not stay in Bangalore, which implies that this Amit, Bangalore is Wipro, and this Amit is not working in Wipro. Done with this? And Amit does not stay in Bangalore and does not work for Mecon. And does not work for Mecon, which implies that Mecon is also ruled out, isn't it? And this person cannot be with Mecon, cannot be with Wipro. And there are 3 more possibilities. And the one, Amit does not stay in Bangalore and does not work for Mecon. And the one who works for Mecon has an email ID with Gmail, isn't it? Now Gmail, now this Gmail is Mecon, and Mecon is in which place? Ranchi. And see, these 3 are fixed as of now. And Rahul has an email ID with Rediff. Rahul, and what is the email ID here? Rediff, and Rediff, and works at Pune. And Pune means, tell me what is the company here? And Telco is Pune. And this Rahul, Telco, and the company is Pune, isn't it? Telco is the company and the place is Pune. Next one, Alok does not work for Mecon. Alok does not work for Mecon, hence Mecon here is ruled out. That means Mecon is ruled out, which implies it. And Mecon is in which place? Mecon is in Ranchi. Hence, Kabir is posted in Kolkata. Alok does not work for Mecon, and the one who works for Wipro does not have any email ID with Yahoo. And Wipro does not have an email with Yahoo. Hence, Yahoo is not having the person who is working with Wipro. The next one, Kabir is posted in Kolkata. As Kabir is posted in Kolkata, tell me what is the company here? Now the company is Usha Martin, isn't it? Usha Martin. And next one, as Usha Martin is here, and Noida is what? HCL, and Tisco, and SancharNet is Noida. India Times is, isn't it? Then one is SancharNet. What is the next one here? Email IDs. What are the India Times? Now India Times is Tisco, and Gmail. Now these three were already finalized, and this Kabir cannot have SancarNet, India Times and Gmail, and he cannot have Rediff as well, isn't it? Hence these four were ruled out, 1, 2 and 3, and Rediff is also ruled out. Then what are the other thing left over here? And for this Anup, Anup can be either Yahoo or what is the other thing left over here? Then Kabir is posted in Kolkata and does not have an account with a Hotmail. Now this person does not have an account with a Hotmail as well. Hence Hotmail is also ruled out. Then what is the only thing left out to this Kabir? Kabir is Yahoo, isn't it? As this Kabir is Yahoo, this is also finalized here. The next one, neither Alok nor Raghu work in Noida. Alok, Noida is ruled out, isn't it? And as Noida is ruled out here, and Alok, neither Alok nor Raghu. Raghu, Noida is also ruled out. Hence, this Noida cannot be Raghu and Alok. Then, neither Alok nor Raghu work in Noida. The one who is posted in Ranchi has an email ID which not an account of Rediff or Hotmail. And this Ranchi, whatever this Ranchi here, Ranchi is having with Ranchi, neither with Rediff nor Hotmail. Neither Rediff nor Hotmail, isn't it? Next one. Hence, then this Gmail is what? Gmail is Meccan. Meccan is Ranchi is already there. And the one who is posted in Ranchi has an email ID which is not an account of Rediff or Hotmail. Now this Gmail is already there, isn't it? Now this Gmail, Meccan, Ranchi is already there. This information is not at all required. Then what is the other information we have? Anup is posted in Jamshedpur. As Anup is posted in Jamshedpur, now the city is Jamshedpur. As the city is Jamshedpur, there is India Times, and this person is working in Tisco. Then we are left with Meccan cannot be in these two. Meccan cannot be Alok, and Meccan cannot be and this Amit. Hence, who works with Meccan here? Now the one who works with Meccan is this Raghu, and the one who works with Meccan and is having Gmail. As this Meccan is having Gmail, then what is the city here? And the city is Ranchi. Hence Ranchi here we can able to fix. As this is Ranchi is here, these four were done. Now we are left with Meccan is done and Wipro. Now this person Amit cannot work in Wipro, isn't it? As Amit cannot work in Wipro, then who works with Wipro here? Alok works in Wipro. If Alok works in Wipro and this person works in what? And Bangalore, and the city is Bangalore. As this person is Bangalore, then Wipro Bangalore, and what is the other thing left over here? And finally SancarNet, HCL, and this one. And this Amit is what? Amit is SancarNet, and it is in HCL, and the place is Noida. As this is Noida is done, then what else is left over here? Hotmail is left over, and this person Alok is having Hotmail ID. Done with this? Hence it comes under 3 parameter distribution. Hence whenever the parameters were given, this is how we need to draw the diagram. Okay? I'll write down this. Rahul, Rediff, Telco, Pune, and Kabir, Yahoo, Usha Martin, Kolkata, and Anup, India Times, Tisco, Jamshedpur, and this Raghu is what? Rahul, and this Raghu is Gmail, Meccan, Ranchi, and Amit, SancarNet, HCL, Noida, and Alok, Hotmail, Wipro, and Bangalore. Now this is about question number 66 to 70, then 71 to 75. Now question number 71 to 75, what is the information here? There are 9 people, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, and X in a family, and it is a 3-generation family, and at the same time, and they are sitting in a row facing in north and south directions. Seating arrangement, north and south is given. At the same time, 9 persons, and these 9 persons, what is the other information here? They are related to a family, isn't it? Now these 9 persons are related to a family, and these 9 persons are seated in a row, and at the same time, these 9 persons were seated in different directions. Some of them are facing towards north, and some of them are facing towards south. Done? Then, what about condition number 1 here? Now in this one, condition number 1, then R, who is P's father. Now this R is P's father, R, who is P's father, sits fourth to the right of Q. R is P's father. Is P is here. Now this R is P's father. Now the gender of this P is not known as of now. R, who is P's father, sits fourth to the right of Q. And Q, who is the only daughter of T. Now Q is the only daughter of T. T is here. Now this Q is the only daughter of T. And they both face in opposite directions. These two persons are facing opposite. S sits third to the right of U. And U, who is Q's grandmother. Now U is Q's grandmother. U is here. Now this U is Q's grandmother means now Q will be somewhere here, isn't it? Whether this U can be the mother of T or the mother-in-law of T. As of now, we are having two possibilities. Hence, as of now, we cannot directly represent at this place. Then, now S sits third to the right of U, U who is Q's grandmother, and one of them sits adjacent to X. S is unmarried. Now this S is unmarried and faces in a direction similar to that of V. S and V are facing the same direction, and T is the sister of S. Now this T is the sister of S. T is the sister of S, and S is unmarried, isn't it? T is the sister of S, sits at one of the ends with a female. Now this T sits at one of the ends of the row, and R's neighbors are females and face in opposite directions. U's spouse R. Now U and R are married to each other. As U is here, U is a female and R is a male, and one of U and R's child is P, isn't it? The next one, U's spouse R faces in the north direction, and R is facing towards north. And at the same time Q, who is the wife of V. Now this Q is the wife of whom? Q is the wife of V. Q is the wife of V, hence V is Q is no. U's spouse R faces in the north direction. X is the wife of V. Now X is the wife of V. As X is the wife of V, X is the wife of V. X and V are married couple. X is the wife of V, sits at the middle facing in south direction. P, who is a male, P is a male, P, who is a male, is the only sibling of V. Now this P is the only sibling of V, isn't it? And V will be here. P is the only sibling of V. And next one, and this P is the only sibling of V. V is married to X. V and X are married couple, isn't it? V and X are married couple. Then, then whatever this R is here, and P is the only sibling. That means to this R and U there are only two children. Who are those two? V and P. Now the first generation is U and R, and the second generation V and P, and this X and V got married to each other, and first and second, and in the third generation Q will be here. Are you following this one or not? And again at the same time, as Q is here, S and T must also comes into the next generation as well, second generation, isn't it? Why it is the second generation? Because now Q is here, and so how many persons are there in the second generation? X, V, P, S and T, there are 5 persons. 5 persons in the second generation, 2 in the first generation, and the remaining as of now 1 in the third generation. Then next one, V sits at the middle facing south direction. P, who is a male, is the only sibling of V, sits exactly between S and Q's cousin. Now this Q is having a cousin as well. As this Q is having a cousin as well, that means in the third generation we are having 2 people. Done with this? Hence in the first generation there are 2 people. Who are those 2 people in the first generation? R and U. Now this R is married to U. Now in the first generation, tell me who are the persons here? Now in the first generation, R and U are the people in the first generation. R and U. R and U, out of which what is the gender of this R? R is a male and U is a female. Now to this one, how many children are there? Now P and V. Now this P is here and V is the other person, and this V got married to whom? V and P are siblings to each other, and out of which this V is married to X, X a female, and this V is a male, isn't it? The next one. And what about the relation between S and T? S and T are siblings to each other. As S and T are siblings to each other, isn't it? And T's child is Q. As T's child is Q, again this U is the grandmother of Q, and this Q must be the child of P. Are you following this one or not? And so Q is the daughter of P. As Q is the daughter of P, this T and S are siblings to each other, isn't it? And Q is the daughter of T, and this P and T should get married. Are you following this one or not? Out of which T is a female, P must be a male. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 were done. And one more person is there, S. S is the sibling of S. 8 persons were done. Now we are left with only one more person, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, and W is left over. And W is the cousin. Cousin means W must be the child of X and V. Done with this? Now this is the final arrangement. Now this is about the family tree. As the family tree has been done, the next one. X is, V sits exactly between S and Q's cousin. The people seated at the ends face in the north direction. At the end means facing north direction. P faces in the same direction as that of U. And R sits adjacent to X. Done with this? Now this is the family tree. First write down the family tree, then we can able to finalize the row arrangement. W is a male. Now why W is a male? Need not necessarily be. W is Q's cousin is a male. Q's cousin is a male. Ala teeskochu ante gaani cousin a male ani teeskokodu. If that person is information given, we can take. Okay, done. Now sir, hence what is the gender of this one? Q. Now where is Q here? U suppose R, and V is Q's cousin who is a male. As Q's cousin is a male, hence W is a male. Now as of now we cannot able to determine the gender of this S. Except S, the genders of the remaining persons can be identified, isn't it? Then coming to this arrangement. Now in this arrangement, tell me how many persons are there? 9 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, isn't it? Now T sets at one of the ends of the row is clearly given. As T is at one of the ends of the row, hence T will be here. And what is the gender of this T? T is a female, and this T is facing towards which direction? As T is at one of the ends of the row, this person is facing towards north. Because the persons who are at the ends of the row are facing towards north, clearly given, isn't it? Now there is the last statement. Now the people sitting at the ends face in the north direction, that is clearly given. And P faces in the same direction as that of U. R sits adjacent to X. Then what is the next information here? 1, 2, next possibility 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now in this one, T can be either at the left end of the row or at the right end of the row. In both the cases, this person must be facing towards north only. Done? Then coming to this one, X is the wife of V, sits at the middle facing south. Now in this one, middle means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hence X must be at this place. Now this X is the wife of V, X is a female, and this person X is facing towards south. And in this case also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, X is here. This X is facing towards south, and this X is a female. X, who is the wife of V, sits at the middle facing the south direction. P is a male, is the only sibling of V, sits exactly. Now P is exactly between V, isn't it? And sibling of V sits exactly between S and W. And now this P is exactly between S and W, isn't it? Now P is exactly between S and W. And at the same time, now the first information, if you observe here, R, who is P's father, sits fourth to the right of Q. R, who is P's father, sits fourth to the right of Q. And Q is the only daughter of T, and they both facing opposite directions. Then S sits third to the right of U, who is grand's mother, and one of them is adjacent to X. And S is unmarried. S is unmarried and faces in a direction similar to that of V. And T is the sister of S, sits at one of the ends of A. And T is, and R's neighbors are females and face in opposite direction. U spouse is R. R faces in the north direction. Now R is facing towards north direction, isn't it? U spouse is R, faces in the north direction. X is the wife of V, sits in the middle facing south. P is a male, is the only sibling of V, sits exactly between S and W. The people sitting at the ends face in the north. P faces in the same direction as that of U. And P is facing the same direction as U. That means P and U are facing the same direction. And R sits adjacent to X. R and X are adjacent to each other. Done with this? Now regarding the first information, R, who is P's father, sits fourth to the right of Q. Sits fourth to the right of Q. R, who is sits fourth to the right of Q, isn't it? And S sits third to the right of U. Now S is seated third to the right of U. Between S and U, S is seated third to the right of U. 1, 2, 3. S will be here. And what is the other possibility we have? And R is P's father sits fourth to the right of Q. And Q 1, 2, 3, R will be here. Isn't it? Now, how many persons were there? U and S, Q and R. And at the same time, there are 5 vacant places in between these 2 and 2 persons. Then, R, who is P's father, sits, and they both face in opposite directions. And who are the persons facing in opposite directions here? R and R, who is P's father, sits fourth to the right of Q. Q, who is the only daughter of T. And these 2 persons, Q and T, are facing opposite directions. Now, this Q and T are facing opposite directions. Q, isn't it? Now, as T is facing towards north, the Q must be facing towards south. As Q is facing towards south and R is facing north. R is facing north and Q is facing south. Isn't it? R is facing north and Q is facing south. And R and Q are facing in opposite directions. The next one. Now, one of them is an adjacent to X. That information is there or not? And S sits south to the right of U, and U, who is Q's grandmother, and S is unmarried and faces in a direction similar to that of V. S and V are facing the same direction. S equals to V. They are facing the same direction. T is the sister of S, sits at one of the ends with a female. Now, this T sits with a female. The person adjacent to this T is a female. Next one, R's neighbors are females and both in opposite directions. R's neighbors are females and both are in opposite directions. U's spouse is R and faces north direction. X is the wife of V, sits in the middle facing south. P is a male, is the only sibling of V, sits exactly between the people seated at the extreme ends facing a north direction. Isn't it? And P faces in the same direction as U. And R sits adjacent to X. As R is seated adjacent to X, how many possibilities we have? 2 possibilities. R can be either here or here, isn't it? Out of which, tell me whether R can be at this place or not. If R is here, R is facing towards north. As R is facing towards north, and Q must be at the extreme end, isn't it? If Q is at the extreme end, but as Q is facing south here, but as this person must be facing towards north, and this R at this place is completely ruled out. As R cannot be here, then what is the possibility we can have? R will be here. If R is here 1, 2, 3, and there are 3 persons in between these 2, hence Q must be at this place. Are you following this one or not? And Q is here. If Q is here, then this Q must be facing towards south. And same is the case with the second one as well. R must be at this place. R is facing towards north. 1, 2, 3, and Q will be here. And Q is a female, isn't it? The next one. R and Q were done. As R and Q were done, now we are left with U and S. Now, this U and S, then U and S, how many persons must be in between these 2? There must be exactly 2 persons, isn't it? As U and S are, then Q is facing towards south and T is facing towards north. We have taken this information and this has been done. Next one. And U and S. Now, P and U are facing the same direction. As P and U are facing the same direction, and this U is one of the immediate neighbor of whom? One of the immediate neighbor of X, isn't it? U is the neighbor of X or not? U is the neighbor of X, hence where should this U? U must be here. If U is here in this one also, U must be at this place. Are you following this one or not? If U is here, then what is the direction of this U? And S sits south to the right of U is given. S is seated south to the right of U. Undale the information. S sits south to the right of U. As S is seated south to the right of U, then U is facing towards 1, 2, 3. And U is facing towards which direction? South. Where it is given here, U is facing towards south? No, sir. Now, in this case, if U is facing towards north, S can be at the right end. There is a possibility or not? Or U is facing like this, S can be at this end. There are 2 possibilities in the first case, and based on this U. And in the next one, in the second case, if you observe here, U cannot face towards north. Why? If U is facing towards north, T and S must be in the same place. Hence, U must be facing towards south. If U is facing towards south, 1, 2, 3, S must be here. If S is here, P is in between S and W, and P is here. If P is here, W will be here. If W is here, then who is the person left over? And V is the person left over, isn't it? Now, so the second case, we got this possibility. Now, let us check out with the second case. If it is not possible, then we can directly go for the first one. Then, coming to the directions here, S and V are facing the same direction, isn't it? As S and V, then R, who is P's father, sits fourth to the right of Q. R is seated fourth to the right of Q. As R is seated fourth to the right of Q, Q must be facing south. And Q, who is the only daughter of T, and they both face in the opposite direction. And which two persons are in the opposite? Q and T are in the opposite direction. S sits third to the right of U. Now U is facing towards south, S seated third to the right of U, it is valid. And whose grandmother and one of them adjacent to X. S is unmarried. S is unmarried and faces in a direction similar to that of V. And S and V are facing the same direction. Now S and V are facing the same direction as of now. We need to find out the directions of these two people. And T, who is a sister of S. Now T is a sister of S. Yes, one more information we have. What is that information here? Now the immediate neighbors of R are females. Immediate neighbors of R are females means X and S are females. Here we got now S is a female. Done with this? Then, and opposite direction. And which two are opposite directions here? R and S. R and X. Now R and X are, no sir. S and V are facing the same direction. And next one, face opposite direction. Now T, who is a sister of S is unmarried and faces in a direction similar to that of V. T is a sister of S, sits at 1, and R's neighbors are females. R's neighbors are females and face in opposite direction. Now these two persons are opposite. X and S are facing opposite. X is south and S must be towards north. Now if F is towards north, S and V are facing the same direction, then V must also be facing towards north. Then if that is the case, then whatever this P must face, P and U are facing the same direction. As P and U are facing the same direction, U is south and P must also be facing towards south. Done with this? Now this is how these 9 persons were seated in a row and facing in different directions. Now write down this arrangement here. And this is about question number 71 to 75. As after this 71 to 75, then start working. First write down this 71 to 75. Done with this 71 to 75. Then 76 to 80. Question number 76 to 80 done. Now 76 to 80. Now in this 76 to 80, now these are reverse syllogisms wherein the conclusions were given and in the choices statements were given. Now by taking these statements into consideration, now we need to check out whether the given conclusions definitely follows or not, isn't it? Hence we need to go through the statements, go through the choices in each and every choice. Then as how many of you have worked out this one? As those who have worked out this one, please raise your hands in the regular pattern. Regular ga chesara? Answers aithe vachega then? Fine. Then if you have worked out this regularly, I will discuss in another method. Okay? Then now this is particularly for the old students but not for the new students. Please do not get scared about this one. Okay? And question number 76 onwards. Now in this 76 to 80, now earlier we have discussed about the distribution concept. As what do you mean by this distribution? How many statements are there? We have only 4 statements. What are those 4? So all A's are B's, all A's are B's. Next one, some A's are B's. There are exactly 4 statements we have, some A's are B's, and next one no A is B, no A is B, and next one some A's are not B's, some A's are not B's. Hence in total we are having only these 4 statements, out of which all A's are B's. Now in this one all A's are B's, we can definitely conclude about which term, A or B. Yes, is the question clear? Whether we can 100% sure about A or we are 100% sure about B. all ASRBs means how can you represent this one all ASRBs? No. Now in this one all ASRBs can be represented like this, isn't it? This is one case. And what is the second case wherein we can represent? This is all ASRBs. Now in the first case, if you pick out any element from A, in this diagram I am talking about, in the first diagram or in the second diagram, if you pick out any element from A, what can I say about that element? That element definitely belongs to B, irrespective of its position. In this one also, if I pick any element from A, that element definitely belongs to B, isn't it? Hence, I am 100% sure about each and every element of A. Are you following this one or not? I am 100% sure about each and every element of A, but whereas coming to this B. Now in this B, am I sure about this B? Now this element belongs to B. As this element belongs to B, that element does not belong to A. But as if I pick an element from at this place, this element belongs to B as well as to A. That means if I am picking and selecting an element from B, I am not sure about that element, whether that element can belongs to A or cannot belongs to A. Hence, I am not sure about the elements of it. But as in the second case, if you pick out any element from B, it is 100% as I can say about. But whereas, whether we are opting this diagram or this diagram, we are not sure about this one. Hence, in any all ASRBs, I am 100% sure about A, but not about B, because only some B's are A's, isn't it? In this case, some B's are A's is true. In this one, all B's are A's is true. But as in both the diagrams, all A's are B's is always true. And this is what we call it as distribution. Clear now? Now distribution is nothing but we are 100% sure about which element. Now for these four statements, okay, which term we can able to determine, I will discuss about now. Now in the first one, all ASRBs, in this one A is distributed. A is distributed in the sense, now we can definitely conclude about each and every element of A. Tick represents distribution, that is concluded, and B stands for we are not 100% sure. Then what about some ASRBs? Now some ASRBs, neither A nor B is distributed. We are not 100% sure about these two. And no A is B, now both these two are distributed. And some A's are not B's, A is not distributed, B is distributed. Wherever there is some means a particular part. Which part we are not sure about, hence wherever there is some, it is not at all distributed. Done with this? Just remember these four, where it is distributed and where it is not distributed. Clear now? And in the classroom, if it is possible, if there is some time, I will explain that one for each and every statement, why it is distributed and why it is not distributed. As of now, just remember these four, where it is distributed and where it is not distributed. Done with this? All ASRBs, A is distributed, B not distributed. Some ASRBs, neither A nor B is distributed. And no A is B, both A as well as B are distributed, and for some A's or not B's, A is not distributed and B is distributed. Clear now? Then coming to this one, then how to solve these type of questions with the help of this distribution. Now the first rule states that, now in total we have some 6 rules, isn't it? Now though there are 6 rules, but whereas it is not required in order to deal with all the 6 rules. Now we need to deal with the first and the 6th rule only, those two are sufficient. Then the first rule states that in order to draw a conclusion, we need to have 2 premises. Premise is nothing but a statement. We need to have 2 statements, isn't it? At the same time, we need to have a common term. Yes, what do you mean by this common term? Common term or the middle term. I am talking about term, T-E-R-M term or word, common word or middle word. Now, in these 2 statements, we need to have a middle word. What do you mean by this middle word? Middle word is nothing but, and again, words are nothing but A and B only. We are not discussing about the remaining, isn't it? Remaining are quantifiers. Now, A and B are called the terms, isn't it? And these are syntax. Now, this A and B will be replaced with different words, fan, slide, tubes, and so on. And this A and B are called words. Now, sir, in each of these statements, how many words will be there? 2 words. One is A and another one will be B, isn't it? That means we need to have 2 statements, at least 2 statements in order to draw a conclusion. And these 2 statements, each statement is having a how many words? 2 words, A, B, A, B. And in total, how many words do we have? In these 2 statements, there are 4 words. As there are 4 words in these 2, but whereas, how many different words you will have? Only 3 different. What are those 3 different words? Fine. Only 3 different words. How can you say about this one? Now, sir, all A's or B's, this is one statement, and the next one is some B's or C's. And tell me, how many statements are there? There are 2 statements. Though there are 2 statements, tell me how many words are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 words are there. And 4 words are there, but how many different words are there? There are only 3 different words. 4 words are there, out of which only 3 different words, which implies that 1 word is common between these 2. And tell me what is the word which is common here? B is the word which is common. That means the word which is common between 2 statements is nothing but a middle term. Clear now? Hence, we should have a middle term. Without having a middle term, we cannot able to draw the conclusion. Why? Why? Because now if these 2 are different, then we will have different diagrams. Isn't it? The middle term is the term which is linking these 2 statements. If all A's or B's is there and some D's or C's is there, then what is the diagram here? All A's or B's is like this and some C's or D's will be like this. Can we combine these 2 statements? We cannot combine. Hence, in order to combine these 2 statements, now we need to have a middle term. Isn't it? Hence, in this one, all A's or B's, some B's or C's means all A's or B's and some B's or C's here. We can able to combine. Hence, in order to combine 2 statements to draw a conclusion, we need to have a middle term. Middle term is nothing but the term which is combining these 2 statements, or it acts as a link between these 2 statements. Done with this? Hence, now in this, among the given statements, we used to have a middle term. Clear? Without having a middle term, we cannot able to derive a conclusion. Then we should have a middle term, and at the same time, the middle term should be distributed at least once. This is what the first rule is. Clear? We need to have a middle term, and the middle term should be distributed at least once. At least one means minimum 1 time it has to be distributed. More than once, it is well and good. Clear now? Now that is the first rule. Now we can deal with that one first. Now coming to this one. Then some N's or O's. S, what is the answer you got here in this? S, tell me what is the answer you got. Question number 76, choice please. 76. In the normal way you got choice 4. Then, now in this one, now some N's or O is there. Some N or O. Now I am taking the first statement, isn't this very careful. O or N is there, isn't it? Yes, what is the first rule here? We need at least 2 premises, that means 2 statements, and these 2 statements should have 4 terms, out of which 3 different terms. 1 term must be common between these 2. That common term is nothing but the middle term. The middle term should be distributed at least once. And finally, the middle term should not present in the conclusion. Clear? Finally, the middle term should not present in the conclusion. Isn't it? Hence, now sir, some O or N, some N or O, it is fine. With the help of this statement, tell me whether we can able to derive this conclusion or not. Yes, first conclusion we can able to derive. Then coming to the second one. Now coming to the second one, some L or N should be derived. And some L or N. N is here, M is here, isn't it? N and M is here. Now N should be as it is. Now listen this very careful. N should be as it is. Now this M should go, isn't it? L should come. And there must be a statement between M and L, because a middle term should be there. At the same time, the middle term should not present in the conclusion, isn't it? Now in this N and M, N is here, that means N is the conclusion. That word N must be there. If N is there, now M should go. Why M should go? Because that is the middle term, it cannot present in the conclusion. Now your statement must be in between M and L. Now tell me whether there is a statement between M and L or not. As the third statement. Yes, there is a third statement. Hence, I can able to derive a conclusion between these 2. Hence, as the conclusion here, then coming to this distribution concept. Right? So whatever this N is distributed, all A's or B's, subject is distributed, predicate not distributed. And the next one, some M or L, and this is not distributed. Now, by combining these 2 statements, tell me whether we can able to derive the conclusion or not. No. Why it is no? The middle term has not distributed at least once. Hence, this is completely ruled out. Clear? If you draw the diagram to this one, what happens here? So all N or M can be written like this, all N or M. Next one, some M or L. M and L can be, and there is no intersection between N and L. Clear? Hence, what happened to this one? First conclusion, first choice cannot be your answer, because with the help of the first choice, we cannot able to derive the second conclusion. Are you following this one or not? Then coming to the second choice, initially it will be confuses, but once you have worked out some 3 to 4, it will be very easy. Then coming to the second. What is the second here? Some N or O. Some N or O, O is here, O is here, isn't it? That means in this one L should go, N should come, L should go and N should come. Now there has to be a statement between L and N. Is there any statement between L and N? No, hence choice 2 is ruled out. Are you following this one or not? Then coming to choice 3. Now in choice 3, now O and M. O is there, O is present, here also O is present, that has to be retained as it is. Now M should go and N should come. Now there must be a statement between M and L, M and N. Is there any statement between M and N? M and N. Is there any statement between M and N? No statement, isn't it? And this choice 3 is also ruled out. Then coming to choice 4. Whatever this choice 4 here, in choice 4, some O or K, O is present as it is, O is present here, and K should go, N should come. Now there must be a statement between K and N. Whether you have a statement between K and N or not, second. Now by combining these two, let us check out. Now the distribution. These two are cross and cross, and this is tick and cross. Middle term, what is the middle term? K is the middle term, whether it is distributed or not? Yes. Hence I can able to derive the conclusion. What is the conclusion I got here? N and O and N. Some O or N definitely true. Some O or N I can able to derive the first one. Done with this? Hence first conclusion can be drawn with the help of these two. Then coming to the second. And what happened to the second here? L and N. N is here. N will remain as it is. Now M should go and L should come. There must be a statement between M and L. Hence M and L is there. Hence 3 and 4. Then combine these two. N and cross and cross. This is tick and cross. Middle term M distributed, and some N or L is definitely true. Then what is your answer here? Choice 4 is the answer. Done with this? Are you following this one or not? Hence there has to be a middle term, and the middle term should be distributed at least once. Clear enough? Then shall we check the fifth one here? Now fifth choice, if you take some O or N, some N or O, some O or N, that is fine. Next one, coming to the next one, L and N. N is here, now L should be there, and now N should be here, M should go, L should come, intersects a statement between M and L, as the third statement is in between these two, then tick and cross. Now this is cross, cross and cross. Now the middle term M not distributed, hence choice 5 is ruled out. And finally you are left with only choice 4. Done? Now this is about question number 76. Then question number 77, hence please do not get scared about these type of questions, because these type of questions you will not get in Tier 1 examination. Okay? కొత్త వాళ్ళు మీరు అంత భయపడవలసిన పని లేదు, ఇంకా చాలా టైం ఉంది. Okay, PO Tier 2 there is a possibility of getting these type of questions. And during that period, okay, at least some 42 in 50 papers will discuss these type of questions. Okay, first paper లోనే మీరు రావట్లేదు అని మీరు కంగారు పడొద్దు. Okay, next one. Then coming to this one, some case or not just. As some case or not just is there, case or not just, it is a negative conclusion. In order to have a negative conclusion can be drawn only with the negative statement, isn't it? Hence, now we need to start with the negative statements here. As the negative statement here, then no I is J. Now no I is J, I is here, J is here. That means J will be remained as it is. I should go and K should come. The statement between I and K, hence by combining the first two, isn't it? Then check out this one. And cross, this is tick and tick, middle term I distributed or not? Yes, I distributed, and it should not present in the conclusion. Then what is the final conclusion here? Some case or not J is definitely drawn. Done with this? The first conclusion can be definitely drawn with the help of this one, some case or not J's. Then coming to the next one, some G and J. G or J's. J is here, J must be as it is, H should go, G should come, statement between G and H. Is there any statement between G and H? No, hence second conclusion cannot be drawn with the help of the first one. Hence first choice is ruled out. Then coming to choice 2. Now in choice 2, no J is H. No J is H means J will be as it is. The statement between H and K. Any statement between H and K? As in choice 2, any statement between H and K? No. Choice 2 is ruled out. Then choice 3. Now in choice 3, no G is J. J will be remained as it is. G should go, K should come, G and K statement, yes, the first one. Some K charges. Hence with the help of this one, this is cross and cross, this is tick and cross, middle term distributed, some case or not J's I can able to derive. Isn't it? No issue with the first conclusion. Then coming to the second conclusion, in choice 2, in choice 3, some G's or J's. Some G's or J's. Now sir, J is here, isn't it? J is here. Next one, J should be there, and H should go and G should come. Relation between G and H, there is no statement, this is also ruled out. Then whatever choice 4 here, in choice 4 no I is J, no I is J, I is here and J is here, then J should go, I and J. J should be there, I should go and K should come, and the relation between I and K, this is not there, this is also ruled out, isn't it? Then choice 5 and choice 5 is also ruled out. Because all the statements are affirmative, negative conclusion cannot be drawn with the affirmative. Yes, what is the answer you got? Chapandi meeku an answer vachinda draw cheste raaledu. Enduku raaledu cheppandi? Because there is an error. Where is error here? Now in the place of Q, take it as K. Ippudu chudandi. Clear? Now with the help of this one. Now some K, R, I and J. Now combine these two. I tick, J tick, and K and I cross and cross, isn't it? Then now sir, I is a middle term, some K's are not J's, definitely true, I can able to derive, isn't it, with the help of the first two. Then coming to the second one, yes, what is the second conclusion here? Some G's are J's. Some G's are J's. All J's are G's means some G's are J's is always true. And choice 4 is the answer. In the place of Q, take it as K. Done with this? How much happened? H. ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ సమ్ జేస్ ఆర్ హెచ్ అసలు అవసరం ఏమని చెప్పండి ఆల్ జేస్ ఆర్ జీస్ సమ్ జీస్ ఆర్ జేస్ వచ్చేస్తుంది కదా సరిపోయింది నో నీడ్ టు గో ఫర్ అనదర్ స్టేట్మెంట్ అట్ ఆల్ బికాజ్ ఇఫ్ యూ చెక్అవుట్ హియర్ దెర్ ఇస్ నో మిడిల్ టర్మ్ అట్ ఆల్ ఇన్ దిస్ వన్ జే ఈజ్ సమ్ జీస్ ఆర్ హెచ్ వస్తుంది అక్కడ సమ్ జీస్ ఆర్ హెచ్ ఈజ్ దేర్ బట్ వేస్ నౌ వీ నీడ్ టు హ్యావ్ ఫ్రమ్ జీ అండ్ జే అండ్ డన్ విత్ దిస్ 77 దెన్ కమింగ్ టు 78 now in this 78 now no n is L. No n is L is a negative statement, no m is J. Now first choice is ruled out. Why first choice is ruled out? Because now no n is L, it is a negative conclusion. Now this negative conclusion can be drawn from the negative statement. Now n and L were not given in this negative statement at all. There is only one negative statement, and in that negative statement neither n nor L is there. Hence we cannot say anything regarding this one. Hence first choice is straight away ruled out. Then coming to the second one. Now in the second conclusion, and some K's are I, all I said no n is m. N is here as it is. Now m should go, L should come. Now the statement between m and L, and do you have that statement or not? In the next statement, all L are m. Then this is tick and tick, and this is tick and cross. Middle term m distributed, hence middle term cannot be present in the conclusion. No n is L, definitely true. Are you getting the conclusion or not? Then the second conclusion has been done. Now we are left with the first one. Now in the first conclusion, now K and I. Now K and I, K should be as it is. I should go, n should come. The statement between I and K. Now this K and I, this is cross and cross. I and n tick and cross. Middle term I distributed. And the statement is some K's are n's, definitely true. Are you getting the answer or not? And what is your answer? Choice 2 is the answer. Done with this 78. Then coming to 79. As 79, now in this one both the statements are affirmative, both the conclusions are affirmative, isn't it? Now some Z are, all Z are Y. Z should be as it is, Z should be as it is, Y should go, X should come, X and Y, there is a statement, this is tick and cross, and this is cross and cross, middle term Y not distributed, that is ruled out, and choice 1 is straight away ruled out. Then coming to choice 2. Now in choice 2, all U are W. All U are W, isn't it? Now first one, some Z are U. Z are U, Z is here, and U should go, Z should present, U should go, and X should come. The statement between U and X. Any statement between U and X here? No statement, and that is completely ruled out, isn't it? Next one, coming to choice 3. What is choice 3 here? Now in choice 3, some V's are U's, and V is here. V is here, U should go and W should come. Statement between U and W, the next statement. Then tick and cross. This is cross and cross, this is tick and cross. Hence what is the middle term here? U is a middle term, and U is distributed at least once, and some U's are W, definitely true. Some W's are V's, definitely true. Done with this? And the second conclusion can be drawn with the help of the first and the second statements in third choice. Then coming to the next one, and some U's are X, Z and X. Some U's are X, all Y's are Z. Now if you take this one, all Y's are Z, that means Z will be as it is, Y should go, X should come, statement between Y and X, this is the statement. Now tick and cross, this is tick and cross, this is again cross and cross, middle term Y distributed, hence some X or Z definitely true. Hence are you getting the answer or not? And choice 3 is the answer. Done with this? Now by practice, there is no necessity for you to draw the diagram at all. Kanna vadalsina pane ledhu, isn't it? Now all this can be done with the help of a single rule, isn't it? But if you could able to learn all the 6 rules, you can easily solve those 6. ఒక రూల్తోనే మనకి ఎంత ఈజీ అయిపోతుందంటే 6 రూల్స్ నేర్చుకుంటే ఇంకెంత ఈజీ ఉంటుంది. 6 రూల్స్ ఉంటుంది. Then, but those are not required to you at all. First one and the last one are very much sufficient. 90% of the questions can be easily solved just by knowing the first rule itself. Okay? Then, coming to the next one. Then question number 80. Now in this question number 80, some 20s or 70s. Now 20 is there, here also 20. Now 70 should go and 50 should come. Now statement between 70 and 50, is there any statement between 70 and 50? No. No, because if there is a no statement, then you will get negative conclusion, but if this is an affirmative conclusion, hence this is straight away ruled out. Done with this? Then coming to choice 2. Whatever choice 2 here, now in choice 2, and all 70s, now the first one is what? Some 30s or 70s, 30s are 70, 30 and 70 is nowhere present here. Some 70s, all 70s are 60s. All 70s are 60s. Next one, some 40s are 20s. Some 40s are 20s. 20 is here, isn't it? And all 20s are 50s. All 20s are 50s means some 20s are 50s definitely true, isn't it? From all 20s are 50s, I can definitely say some 20s are 50s. Then coming to 50 and 40. And 40 and 50, if you observe here by combining these two statements, the last two. And some 40s are 20, these are cross and cross. Now this is tick and cross, middle term 20 distributed as a middle term distributed, and some 40s or 50s is also true. Then what is your answer here? Choice 2 is the answer. Done with this? Now this is about question number 76 to 80. Clear? After going to your home, work out all the choices on your own, okay, through this method. Then up to some part you can able to work out this. Then this is the first model in this. First model in the sense wherein we can directly work out with the help of two statements. But whereas in the next statement what happens here, by taking two statements we have to draw a conclusion. From that conclusion again another statement should be linked up. That is again a mess up. Okay? Afterwards I will give that model. Done? Then question numbers 81 to 85. Now in this 81 to 85 it is coding and decoding. Now in this coding and decoding, combination of letters and numbers. So now in this letters and numbers, kite, fly, insect. As tell me what is the first one here? Now the first one is kite. Now kite. Next one is fly and in. Next one is SIT sit. Now with the help of these, then what are the codes here? X25G, D5L and so on. Now K. Now K is here and L is there. Now K and L. So how can you relate this one? This is L, and that means K plus 1 is L, and E minus 1 is D. That means to the first letter plus 1, last letter minus 1, and similarly to this F plus 1 is G, isn't it? F plus 1 is G, and Y minus 1 is what? Y minus 1 is X, and here it is DL, and this is XG, and I plus 1 is what? I plus 1 is J, N minus 1 is M, and S plus 1 is what? T minus 1 is S, isn't it? Hence to the first letter plus 1 and it is written as the last letter minus 1 written as the first letter. Then coming to these numbers, what are the numbers given here? 25, and next one is, so D5L, and D5L, now D5L and X and G, X25G, X25G, M and J, M14J, M14J, S and T, S20T. Now again. Now, sir, what is the value of E? E is 5. The place value of the last letter is written as a number. And similarly here Y is 25, N is 14, and T is 20. Clear now? First letter plus 1 is written as the last letter minus 1 written as the first letter, and at the same time and the middle number is nothing but the value of the last letter. Done? Then question numbers 81 to 85. Then question number 81. Yes, tell me what is the code to the word school here? Now S plus 1 is T, L minus 1 is K, and L, K 12 T. K 12 T, and it is given in choice 3. Next one, question number 82. And what is the code to the word fight? Now fight means T minus 1 is S, and F plus 1 is Z, and the value of T is 20, S 20 is Z. And a problem, P minus 1, that is O, and M plus 1 is N, M is 13. And so what is the answer here? S 20 is Z, and N 13, isn't it? Now N 13, no problem. M plus 1 is what? M plus 1 is N. Now first letter plus 1, P plus 1 is Q, and last letter minus 1, last letter minus 1 is L. Hence S 20 G, L 13 Q. Choice 3 is the answer. Done with this? Can you work out the remaining questions in the same way? Now this is about question numbers 81 to 85. Then after this 86 to 90, done with this 86 to 90. Now question numbers 86 to 90. Yes, what is information here? 6 friends met for dinner and their names are Shruti, Yukta, Kanik, Paras, Ayush and Rekha. They are working with 6 different designations and they took dinner at a round table. No, sir. Now information, what is information provided here? 6 persons. Now these 6 persons are seated around a circular table and facing the center, isn't it? And facing the center, and these and the designations are IT, sales agent, specialist officer, analyst and so on. And they took dinner at a round table. Their arrangement is in the follows. Yukt is in front of sales agent. As Yukt is in front of sales agent means Yukt and sales agent are opposite to each other. Hence if you take Yukt at this place, now this sales agent is opposite to her. And agent, teacher is seated second to the right of Yukt. Hence this must be teacher, isn't it? Now this teacher is seated second to the right of whom? Teacher. Agent, teacher is seated second to the right of Ayush. Now teacher is seated second to the right of Ayush. As of now we cannot represent the data. And Kanika is opposite to Shruti. And Shruti who is immediate left of specialist officer. And Shruti is to the immediate left of specialist officer. Paras is not a specialist officer but opposite to analyst. And Ayush is immediately right of an engineer. And sales agent is immediately left of Shruti. Now the sales agent is an immediate left of Shruti and Shruti must be here. If Shruti is here, then as we have information regarding this Shruti as well. What is information here? And Kanika is opposite to Shruti, hence Kanika will be here. And Kanika is opposite to Shruti, and Shruti who is immediate left of specialist officer, and Shruti is to the immediate left of specialist officer. This person must be a specialist officer and a specialist officer. Then Yukt is in front of sales agent. Teacher is seated second to the right of Ayush. And teacher is seated second to the right of Ayush. Tell me where can this teacher and Ayush be? Teacher is seated second to the right of Ayush. And now here, can Ayush be the sales agent? No, if Ayush is the sales agent, then teacher and specialist officer must be in the same place. Are you following this one or not? Then next one, Paras is not a specialist officer but opposite to analyst. And Paras is opposite to analyst. As Paras is opposite to analyst, then what is the possibility we have? Paras cannot be at these 2 places, and Paras is opposite to analyst. Now specialist officer is here, and Paras is here opposite. And Ayush is immediately right of an engineer. Ayush is an immediate right of engineer. As what is the only possibility we can have? Ayush is an immediately right of an engineer, isn't it? Immediate right of engineer. And sales agent immediate left of Shruti and Ayush. IT is in between engineer and sales agent, and IT is in between sales and engineer. Now IT will be at this place and this person must be an engineer. That is the only possibility. If engineer is here, Ayush must be here. If Ayush is here and this Ayush is opposite to whom? Ayush is immediate right of engineer and sales agent is to the immediate left of Shruti, and IT is in between engineer and the sales agent. And next one, what is the other information left over here? Kanik is opposite to Shruti, and Shruti who is to the immediate left of specialist officer. Paras is not a specialist officer. As Paras is not a specialist officer, then who is the Paras here? Paras is the sales agent. and this person Paras. And Paras is opposite to whom? Paras is opposite to an analyst, and this Yuki is an analyst. Then what else is left over here? And sales, IT, engineer, analyst, office specialist officer, and the teacher. And who is the teacher here? Shruti is the teacher. Then who is the person left over here? Shruti, Paras, Ayush, and Kanika, Yuk, and the person left over is Rekha, and this Rekha is a specialist officer. Done with this? Now this is how these 6 persons were seated around this circular table facing towards the center. Done? Question numbers 86 to 90. Then after this 86 to 90, then question numbers 91 to 95. Now question numbers 91 to 95. First write down this arrangement, then let us discuss about this 91 to 95. Now in this 91 to 95, now input set of numbers were given. There are some 8 numbers, isn't it? Followed by some other steps. How many steps are there? 6 steps are there. And in each step, if you observe here, there is a separate logic. In the classroom also we have discussed about this model, isn't it? Then, now coming to this one. Input to step 1. Yes, what is the logic here? Now 1 plus 2. What are the digits in 12? 1 and 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. And 1 plus 7 is 8. 1 plus 4 is 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. 2 plus 2 is 4. 1 plus 9 is 10. Again in 10, 1 and 0 are the digits. As 1 and 0, 1 plus 0 is 1. And 2 plus 5 is 7. And 2 plus 9 is 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. Done with this? And sum of the digits is added to the number. And sum of the digits of the number is written in the step 1. Then step 1 to step 2, tell me what is the logic here. Now 3 and 5, 8 and 60. 8 and 60 is the key number here. 8 and 60 means 8. 8 square is how much? 64. Minus how much? Minus 4. That means 8n square minus 4. And similarly, the first number is 3. 3 square minus 4 is 5. 8 square minus 4 is 60. 5 square minus 4 is 21. 4 square minus 4 and 16 minus 4. And 1 square minus 4 minus 3. 7 square minus 4, 45. And 2 square minus 4, that will be 0. And square minus 4. Then again from step 2 to step 3. Yes, tell me what is the logic between step 2 and step 3. 5, again some other is 5. 6 plus 0 is 6. 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. 1 plus 2 is 3. And so on. From step 2 to step 3, again the sum of the digits. Next 3 to 4, 5 and 6. What is the difference here? The difference is 1. Next difference is 4. Next difference is 9. Next difference is 16. And the next difference is 25. That means squares are added. Plus 1 square, plus 2 square, plus 3 square, plus 4 square, plus 5 square, and so on. And this is about step 3 to step 4. Then step 4 to step 5. Now step 4 to step 5, what is the difference between these two numbers? Plus 8. 6 plus 8 is 14. 10 plus 8 is 18. 12 plus 8 is 20, and so on. 8 is added to each of these numbers. Finally, step 5 to step 6, again some other digits. Clear? Hence, out of these 6 steps, there are 3 steps which are based on only the sum of the digits. Clear? Now, can you work out this one or not? Now, question numbers 91 to 94, all these questions are based on the same logic. Now, in these type of questions, as you had discussed in the classroom, we are not supposed to work out the entire thing, isn't it? Now, which will be the 4th step of the following input? And they get yes. Now, let us work out with question number 1. Which will be the 4th step of the following input? Now, what is the first step here? 23. Rather than taking out all the numbers, just take the first number, 23. Now, from input to step 1, what is the logic here? 2 plus 3 is 5. Next one will be 5 square minus 4 is how much? 21. And 21 means 2 plus 1 is how much? 3. And this is step 1, step 2, step 3, and so on, isn't it? Then, next one, what is the next logic after this one? Plus, how much should be added here? Square should be added. And they get it? And square should be added. Hence, how much should be added? 4. Hence, 4 must be one of the number. Hence, among the given choices, 4 is given in how many different choices? Now, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. All the choices we are having 4 as one. Then check out the second number here, 13 is common in this, isn't it? And take one more number here. By taking one more number, you can able to eliminate 2 more choices. Okay, ప్రతి number మనం 80 numbers చేయాల్సిన పని లేదు. First take one number, then eliminate the choices, then take the second number and work out on the third number. Okay. In the class we have discussed this one, that one in detail. మనం discuss చేసాం దాని గురించి. Then question numbers Now in the classroom we had discussed about 46 to 15 or 51 to 55, 51 to 55. Among those 13 sets, and now this comes under 51 to 55, 11th set in that paper. Individually చూసుకోండి 11th set. Then question numbers 96 to 100. Yes, any doubts in this for 96 to 100? Question numbers 96 to 100. Then now question number 96. 5 students A, B, C, D and E are the top 5 rankers, top 5 rank holders in a class. Not necessarily in the same order. A got a better rank than B, D and E. A got better rank than all these 3 persons B, D and E. Isn't it? Then next one. B got a better rank than C. As B got better rank than C and C got lower rank than B, then what is the question here? Who is the top ranker in the class? B, C, D, E cannot be the top ranker. A is the top ranker. Done with this? Hence, what is your answer here? 1 is the answer. Question number 96, it is choice 1. Then what about 97 here? Now question number 97. Now A's father's mother's only child. Now A is here, A's father, and A's father is having a mother. A's father's mother's only child. Now let us take A's father is B and father's mother is C and mother's only child is none other than B, isn't it? Only child's only daughter is B. Only child's only daughter as B is already used somewhere here. Now let us take this is D. Okay? A's father is D, father's mother is C, and only child is none other than D. Only child's only daughter is B, and this person is only daughter. As B is the only daughter of D, A and B are siblings to each other, hence A must be a male. As A is a male, then what is the question here? How is A related to B? How is A related to B? A is the brother of B, that is choice 1. A is the brother of B, choice 1. Done with this? Now this is about question number 97. Then coming to 98. Now 5 buses B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. These are the 5 buses. And arrived at a bus station at 5 different timings. Arrived at a bus station at 5 different timings. And then what is the information given here? B3 is neither the first nor the 5th bus to arrive. Now B3 cannot be here and B3 cannot be here. B3 neither the first nor the 5th one to arrive. As B3 is neither the first nor the 5th one to arrive, then what is the possibility to this B3? B3 can be either at 2, 3 and 4. Then B3 is neither the first nor the 5th. B4 is the second bus to arrive at the station. Now B4 is the second bus to arrive at the station. If one bus comes in between B4 and B2, B2 must be here. As B2 is here, B3 cannot be at the first and the third, cannot be in 2 and 4 as well, hence B3 must be at this place. Now the question is about which is the third bus. Which is the third bus here? B3 is the third bus, that is choice 3. Done with this? Now this is about question number 98. Then 99. Now in this question number 99, now there is a small correction that has to be noted in this. Now in total how many colors are there? There are 5. In a textile showroom, 5 colors sarees were displayed outside. A lady passes through the road and observes that the violet saree was at one of the end. Violet saree is at one of the end. Violet is here. And what is the second case? 3, 4, 5. Now the violet can be either at the left hand or at the right hand, isn't it? And violet is at an end. Indigo colored saree has equal number of adherents. Indigo equal number. Hence indigo must be at the center. Indigo is at the center. Then she observed that the yellow colored saree is one place away. Yes, one place away. One place away to the left of what? To the left of indigo. To the left of indigo, one place away. One place away means what is your answer here? One place away. One place away. Hence this must be what? This must be yellow colored. One place away to the left of indigo. Hence this must be yellow. The word away doesn't have any significance at all, isn't it? Hence forget about the word away. Hence yellow must be here. If yellow is here, then what is the other thing left over here? Then which saree is at the end? Which saree is at the end? Tell me which saree is at the end here? Which saree is at the right end? Right end. Now in the second case it is violet, and in the first case it could be anything, okay, of the remaining two. Hence actually the answer must be cannot be determined. But whereas in the place of this one, yellow colored saree is 2 places. Okay, write down like that. Yellow colored saree is 2 places to the left of indigo. Write down that correction. Yellow colored saree is 2 places to the left of indigo. And if that is the case, first one is ruled out. As first is ruled out, then yellow must be at this place. If yellow is here, violet will be the answer, as it is given in your key. Clear? Hence, one place away doesn't mean the 2 places. Away means only one place. That too from indigo. From indigo means now we need to include indigo as well. Isn't it? Off is given, exclude. From is given, now we have to include that one. Anta depth meeku anavasaram. Okay? Forget about the word away. Okay? Then question number 100. As in this question number 100, Ram travels a distance of 5 kilometers from a place. A is here. From here, first he travels 5 kilometers towards north, then turns left and walks 3 kilometers, and again he turns right and walks 2 kilometers, and after traveling for 2 kilometers, finally he turns right and walks 3 kilometers, and finally 3 kilometers. Then to reach a place B. Now A is the starting point and B is the final point. Then what is the distance between A and B? Yes, tell me what is the distance between A and B? Now we need to find out the distance between A and B. This is 5 and this is 2. 5 plus 2 7, choice 5. Done with this? Now this is about paper number 44, 644, question number 66 to 100. Yes, any doubts in this? Anything else to be discussed in this one? Number series chesara leda 41 to 45. Now in this question numbers 41 to 45. Yes, tell me which one should I explain out of these 5, 41 to 45. 4, 11, 32, 67, 116. Yes, tell me what is the difference between these two? 4 and 11, 7. Next difference between these two is so much 11 and 32. Yes, tell me what is the difference here? 21. And the next difference is so much 35. And the next one is so much 63. Isn't it? What are these numbers? 7, 21, 35, 63 can be written as 7 into 1, 7 into 3, 7 into 5, 7 into 9. Next one must be 7 into 11. What is 7 into 11? 77 should be added here. Then 77 plus 16, 9, isn't it? Now 7 1, 7 3, 7 5, 7 7, 7 7, 49. Now here the difference between these two is 49 and the next difference must be 63. Now 6 plus 11 plus 6 is so much? 17. Hence 179, it is choice 4. Odd multiples of 7 are added, choice 4, 41. Then coming to question number 42. Now in 42, number decreased ones, from there onwards it is increasing. Hence what is the pattern here? 18 into 0.5 is 9, 9 into 1, and this will be 9 into 1.5, and the next one must be into 2. 13.5 into 2, that will be 27. Now this is about question number 42, choice 3. Then coming to 43, 9, 12, 21. As 9 and 12, what is the difference between these two? 3. Next difference is 9. Next difference is 27. 3, 3 power 1, 3 power 2, 3 power 3. Next one is 3 power 4. And what is 3 power 4? 8 plus 1, 9. 8 plus 4, 129, choice 2. Done with this? Now the difference between the numbers are powers of 3. 3 power 1, 3 power 2, 3 power 3, 3 power 4 are added. Then question number 44. 11 and 15, the difference is 4. And 15 and 24, difference is 9. Next difference is how much? 14. 14 or 16? 14. Next difference is how much? 14, 24 plus 14. And 38 and 57, the difference between these two is how much? 19 is the difference. Isn't it? 19. As 19 is the difference, then tell me what is the relation here? 4 and 9. 4 and 9, 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. And 14 plus 5 is 19. 19 plus 5 is 24 should be added. If you add 24 here, it will be 81. 81, that is given in choice 5. 44 choice. Then coming to 45. Now in 45, 7, 12, 22. 7 and 12, what is the difference here? 5. Next one, and 10. Next difference is 15, isn't it? And next difference is how much? 22 plus how much is 39? 22 plus 17, right? 22 plus 17. Then what is the next difference here? 39 and 65 and 26. Then 5, 10. 5 and 10 here the difference is 5, and 10 and 17, 17, and 17 and 26 the difference is 9. 5, 7, 9. The given numbers are odd numbers. Next odd number to 9 is 11. 26 plus 11 is 37, and 65 plus 37 is so much? And 6 plus 3, 9. That will be 102. 102 again in choice 5. Done with this? Now this is about paper number 644, question numbers 41 to 45 and 66 to 100. Done with this?